Power meter pedals are a great way to add power data to your bike. They're easy to install, swap and travel with, and they can be rather cost effective too. There are some great options on the market, and Magene is throwing its hat in the ring with the new P715. And I'm going to be giving you an in-depth first look. But before we jump into the key details of the P715s, thank you to Magene for sponsoring this video. Okay, accuracy of ±1%, battery life of 120 hours with magnetic charging, 7 advanced training functions, insights into left-right balance, pedaling smoothness, torque effectiveness, power phase and riding position, all of that goodness, 2 pedal bodies so you can use Look or Shimano cleats, and just 159 grams per pedal for Shimano bodies. If you've ever installed a power meter, and I'll admit I've done a few in my time, you'll know that it can be a right faff. Removing your cranks, skinning your knuckles on the chain rings when undoing the bolts, I have done that plenty of times. Fitting everything in a very specific way. You might even, in some cases, have to install a new bottom bracket, which can mean buying new tools, messing about with spacers. It's a great way to lose an evening, which, in my opinion, would be better spent riding my bike. Now, the only little, and I mean tiny, minor thing to note here is that the pedal washers, these are a single direction design. Now, you see how this side is different from this side? Yeah, you just need to put them on so that the side that says face the crank actually does face the crank. I don't know what happens if you install them the other way, but I'm not willing to find out. These screw in like normal pedals, so you dab a bit of grease on there and use an 8mm Allen key in there to tighten them up. Done, simple, go ride your bike. Similar ease is found when charging, so you get this charging cable in the box, and it's this end that we want to have a look at because basically these are magnetic, so you just click them into place like that. Ain't that useful? But why is that useful? Well, a charging cable is quite easy to take with you if you take your bike on holiday. It's certainly easier than finding a specific coin cell battery when you're abroad. Not that you should be charging these much at all. Magene actually claims that the pedals will do 120 hours between top-ups, which is right up there with other pedals like this. All right, when these are on the bike, it's time to get some data, and Magene is claiming a ±1% accuracy. If that in itself is an accurate claim, it's really good. They interestingly also told me that the power module is strategically placed near the power output point, which apparently minimizes power loss and errors. I'll be very keen to see if that's true because dropouts are so annoying when you've buried yourself in an effort. There's also an embedded gyroscope, which Magene says further refines the measurements by calculating instantaneous power at every angle. Being a dual-sided system, you're getting proper left-right pedal balance. Now, this is super useful information to have. I can set up data fields and graphs to show stuff like my pedaling smoothness, torque effectiveness, power phase, and riding position. Now, if we're talking about optimizing every watt that I'm putting in, and let's be honest, I've not got a lot of watts, this is super useful data. That dual-sided data can also help me to avoid an injury. If I suddenly spot a massive discrepancy between left and right power, I'll know that something's going on and I can work on it off the bike. The only thing that I can't do today is test the power data accuracy. This being a commercial video, that just wouldn't be right. So you'll have to wait for the full review on BikeRadar from one of the editorial team. I touched on this a bit already, but I think there are loads of benefits to a power meter pedal system. The main one being you can fit them to pretty much any bike. Kyle, we could put these on your dirt jumper. Measure your fun. Kyle is shaking his head. But power pedals are also modular systems, which creates a heap of benefits. Some allow you to swap the axles, where all the clever stuff is housed in there, to a set of off-road bodies, but they're just easier to repair for me if something goes wrong. This is, after all, a consumable part. It will take years for a super keen rider to do it, but eventually the pedal bodies will get worn out. That happens in two places. The easiest to see is on the main contact point between the pedal and your cleat. That's just here. But Magene has fitted a big metal plate which will help massively. The other place is here at the front of the pedal body, where your cleats float can eventually cause wear. But again, I'm talking about probably 7 to 10 years of heavy use. Oh, and these are rated IPX7 waterproof, so that's submersion in a meter of water for 30 minutes. So that should be another positive mark for durability. The price for the pedals is $499 or 399 quid, which is astonishingly cheap for a dual-sided design, and there are two colors available, though which you get depends on where you live. The black ones are available everywhere except the European Union and the UK. Silver is available everywhere except Germany and Italy. But lastly, I want to know what you think of these pedals from Magene. Do you like the look of them? And if you want to know more, you can find a link in the description below. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.